As you may know, in Finland, Prima Power has an R&D center and a production unit that is concentrated in automation technologies, as well on the punching and combination between electric punching and laser machines, or punching and shearing. We have here with us the Vice President of the Product Management of these products, Martti Vesa. Thank you very much for joining us. So Martti, here we have a combination between a punching and the laser machine. All the lasers that I have seen so far, they had big walls to protect our eyes from the laser emissions. Now I'm a little bit worried. We have here a machine, but I don't see any walls, and I clearly see our CF laser down there. So can you explain us something?
Right, Matteo. We also used to have a big cabinet here around the machine in the past, which had the function for eye safety, as any side reflection of the fiber laser beam can cause eye injury. The cabinet was a very effective solution, but it reduced the access and visibility to the machine. That's why we developed a new solution for the eye safety directly around the cutting head. Now the limitations of the cabin have been eliminated and the safety is there. During our demonstration, you will see the easy access to this machine. But before doing so, let's have a short presentation on Prima Power Laser Combi technologies. And for that, we'll swap over to Finland. Marko, please go ahead.
Welcome to Finland. My name is Marko Piirto. I'm the product manager for Prima Power punching machines. Now let's talk about the Combi. So, what is the Combi? What it means in terms of application and technology. And with the automation, how we change the process for your production. The Combi. It's combined punching and laser machine. It looks like standard punching machine, but we have just integrated laser in the setup. On the picture about the part, we see few very typical details what we can make in one setup. Diamond marking, forming, tapping, bending, punching, and in the end laser cutting. All in one setup. First of all, the punch is done with the servo axis, means high accuracy, high tonnage, low power consumption. We have high tool capacity on our turret. All the tools available like that. Right next to the turret, we have very flexible tool called laser. Combining these two technologies, we get best of both worlds. Low power consumption, high tonnage, high accuracy, and all the features and flexibility together with the laser. These are typical examples about what we can make with our accurate forming. You might recognize these from your parts as well. So, in one setup, punching, bending, forming, wheeling, tapping, and in the end, laser cutting. Together with the automation, we have fast and reliable part stacking from cutting process. So in practice, no limits for part design. Here we see very complex corner opening, almost impossible to make with punching. We need the laser in order to get this skirt bending. At the same time, we have extrusions for tappings, for example, so we need the punching and forming capabilities as well. We can start with standalone machine, manual operations. All these mentioned features are inside the setup. After a while, we discover we need more capacity. We need to add more valuable tasks to the operator while the machine is still running. So we add robot to the system. Together with the wagons, the world is open for third stage when we bring the storage to the system. With this combination, we have fully equipped setup for lights out production. And by the way, we have done the combis over 30 years already. Practical example. In this case, the material is thin stainless steel, very sensitive. The end product has very high quality demand. On the part level, there are several details like tappings, roll formings to give the stiffness to the end product and so on. At the same time, high radius curves and complex corner openings. So we need the laser. We can make these parts with the standalone machine. To get more capacity, we have it with the automation. Even more capacity, we add bending to the process, direct connection. So laser punching, buffering and bending, LP-BB line. When we need such combination, as seen on the example, complex parts, high radius curves, sensitive material, high volume. Typical material thicknesses, 0.5 up to 0.8. Thanks to the forming capabilities, we give you tools to develop your products. Decrease material thickness, increase quality, and have cost savings. Typical segments, stoves, home appliances, kitchen products, cabinets. Also contract manufacturing, thanks to the flexibility. So in summary, the combi, it's integrated punch and laser cutting technology. And not only cutting, but with the automation, fully equipment solution from seed to ready parts. At this point, I want to thank you, and let's go back to Turin. Go ahead, Matti.
Thank you, Marco, and welcome back to Turin. Matteo, Kevin has prepared a presentation, a demo on the machine. Shall we have a look at the machine produce some parts?
Yes. Let's have a look.
Let's start.
Kevin, we have talked about the touchless technologies. This one, I guess, is touching.
Yeah, it's touching a little bit, yes. But it's a servo-electric machine with the power of 30 tons that allowed us to reach the speed of 1000 hits per minute of nibbling and allow us to cut and punch up to 8 mm of every material, so aluminium, stainless steel and mild steel.
The turret itself can have up to 400 tools, and it is equipped with 2 index mechanisms, one to rotate the tool holders, another one to rotate the ram. And these 2 features enable us to reach to a number 384 indexable tools in one turret, indexing rotating speed 250 RPM. Right now we are punching this part with the open chute run. We keep the work chute open and we manage to unload each part in 1 second each.
Yeah, it's also possible to have other 2 chutes under the cutting head that allow us to unload also other small and bigger part as well. But we said that it's a combi machine, so of course we have also the laser. Now there is a Prima Power 4 kW laser that, as the 2D, is capable of making grid cut as well as the normal cut.
Okay, now the machine is cutting a little bit bigger part which does not fit through the drop doors. We could of course unload it with the Compact Express, but we want to demonstrate how you can easily access the machine if you run single part production or prototypes or some material which are very sensitive and you don't want to risk to have any scratches on the surface. So Kevin will unload the part. So the machine stops as programmed. There is a fast opening door on the table. Easy to remove the part, close the door, and restart the cycle.
So this is the part that we cut. Here we can see a little bit of forming, and of course here on the bottom we have our logo full punched.
And here next to the blank sheet, we have the ready bent part as a final product.
It's beautiful.
Isn't it? Okay, but Kevin, here is one part which looks pretty complicated. Can you explain me something about this?
Yes, this is a very special part because allow us to see the capability of the machine. Because here in this part, there is a lot of forming, a lot of wheeling, a lot of punching, and laser cut, everything inside one part.
There are also a lot of marks here on the part.
Yes, we have few technology for marking. We have the diamond mark, we have the stamp mark, and we have the laser cut, the laser marking as well. But now the machine is making the unloading.
Right. The Compact Express has a loading, unloading cycle time of just 10 seconds. And the name Compact Express comes from the fact that the layout of the Compact Express version is exactly the same as the layout of the standalone machine. Where the Compact Express is presenting our basic level automation, we can also have a look at the more advanced automation. We have one CombiGenius installed and connected to a night train with the LSR loading and stacking robot in Finland. So, fellows, please show your machine.
Stacking robot connected to the storage. Now we are going to see a little bit different configuration. The punch and the laser side is the same, but now we have automatic robot for loading and stacking.
We see
and this whole combination is connected to the storage called Wagon. Now let's go to see the machine in action in our showroom.
The product manager for the system.
Bending.
We have buttons to handle the cassettes in and out. We have 3 cassettes at the moment inside the system. 1 for the stacked parts, 1 for raw material, and 1 for the skeletons. Over here, we see next sheet already waiting to get installed, loaded to the machine. Now we are going to see the robot in action. We pick the part automatically from laser process and we take it to the stacking cassette. Right after that, we load next sheet to punching and laser process. At the same time, we are going to unload the skeleton away from the machine. Immediately after that, we start to prepare next sheet to the machine. So we see fully lights out production simulation here. Now we start to take the next sheet and we make pre-centering and the production continues. That's it, what I wanted to show to you. Let's go back to Turin. Go ahead, Martti. Bye.
So, the CombiGenius is certainly the most versatile machine for sheet metal working in the market when it comes to the features of the machine itself or to the different automation possibilities. But Ivana, would you please highlight some software features? Thank you.
Okay, I'm here close to this CombiGenius, and I want again to start from the human-machine interface. As I announced before, also here we have a human-machine interface based on a Tulus platform. The name is Tulus Cell. It offers many functionalities, especially very nice and graphical, easy to use graphical interface for tools turret and also optimization of the task list. If we think how to manage the programming of this machine, we have to think to NC Express, to the CAM system that optimize the programming according to specific nesting algorithm that takes care of freeform shape nesting and also the square nesting. as HMI, we have also Toulouse MOOPS, another application based on the Toulouse framework. MOOPS stand for Machine User Personal Assistant. And it is an Android application that can run on a tablet, so the operator can take the tablet with him or her and stay close to the machine, especially for these operations like setup or manual intervention at the turret tools. So the operator can easily avoid to go back and forth from the machine, turret position, and the main user interface, because he has his tablet with him. So this is the scenario that takes care of the control and programming of the machines.
Fine. Thank you, Ivan.
You're welcome.
So, Marty, a very interactive presentation with the finish, with Ivana. Thank you very much. With Kevin as well. So, I think you light up the interest of our audience because we have received a lot of questions. I picked one that is coming out from US. What material thicknesses can you work and process with the Combi Genius?
Well, first of all, we can punch any material up to 8 millimeters. The maximum sheet weight is 250 kilos. With the 3 kilowatt laser source, we can cut brass, copper, aluminium, stainless steel up to 6 millimeters, and mild steel up to 8 millimeters. With the 4 kilowatt laser power, we can cut all materials up to 8 millimeter.
Okay, Marty, thanks a lot for your time.
Thank you.
I think we are going to meet in a minute because we need to talk about the systems together.
Okay, with pleasure.
We'll see you later. Now, after laser cutting and punching and combi laser machines, usually in our customer process comes the bending. That's why now we are going to enter into the press brake world.